winning here?
I don't right now.
Mic is hot right now. We can.
So now we are going into it. Yes. Okay. So I'm much less invested in this match in particular, just because I really had a lot of hopes on OG to go deep in the tournament, and of course they've kind of just ruined that. And so now, when it comes to complexity, when it comes to Fnatic, I think going into this, it would be silly to say that Fnatic were a team that people were expecting to go deep. Complexity, however, are definitely a team that should be on the up and up. They've been experiencing some difficulties recently, but they've still got so much firepower on the team that you have to go with complexity in this one.
Complexity charging towards the jungle position. This is an interesting take of A for a pistol round. This will certainly help limit the retake. Such a strong position to be in jungle there. Still remember the days of the Fallen-led Brazilian squads showing us the masterclass of retaking A in CT in terms of going through that crawl space once your teammates have run distraction. Plenty of great memories in Counter-Strike, some of which have come to us from Fnatic as well. And of course, from Complexity in later days, that is a great start from JKS. Love to see a P250. Got the Florida Man weapon on deck, looking for some more one-taps, but there is a smoke up on the bomb at present. No one trying to defuse it just yet, but Crims is the man with the kit, so he's got to get on it quickly. Indeed, he's on it now. And you can see just trying to entertain. Oh, what a cover there from Jaquinho. Target selection, nice 180. JKS eliminated, and Fnatic take the pistol.
Unbelievable that they actually managed to pull that off. JKS with a beautiful shot, though, to catch that flank on JW. That was sick. But how is it that that bomb gets planted and it gets diffused? Blame F alive in mid. Did he not hear the diffuse sound? Did he not realize what was going on there? Frustrating start here for Complexity, but they are going to go for the hero AK on Blame F. The rest of the team are going to be saving up, though, so we'll get a buy round in the next one, and Complexity are just going to shake it off.
Shut it down.
Yaquinho, let's go.
Oh, man, those peaks top mids. Lots of FPL highlights from things like that. Oh, my God. All right, we've got problems now.
Okay, that one is sick. The config one, it's like, okay, you see that a little bit, you know, in the pugs and all that. It's an expected peak. But that one from Rush, I haven't seen that happen in a long time.
Oh
dude!
My God.
All right, Rush. Rush is bringing it right now. This is sick.
God. It's crazy. They can't retrieve any of these weapons. They still have a hero AK on Blame F. Only 2 of the players have got Kevlar, so weirdly, you know, Fnatic can do this, but they really have to avoid getting trade fragged. If they lose one more player, that's a wrap. I can't see the clutch happening, but there is a chance for now. However, the A bomb site's been taken, and I do wonder if they're going to do anything. There's a gun to be collected in the window, I'm sure. So all position has been... Oh, my God. Will you stop it? It's just the second round. Is it too early for this?
Dude, these headshots, nothing but headshots coming through. The 1-Deegs. Oh, Golden is here. Now he's going to be trying to survive on this B site. Config has got him blocked off, though. No way out for him here. You don't really want to get too close to Golden. MP9, no need to give him that M4 back. And so Config playing fairly passively, I like to see. Although now he's going to think about it and takes the peek. All right, Complexity on the board right off the bat, and Rush. Dude, I mean, that bodes well for Complexity if Rush is going to be dialed in going into this match, because I feel like he really is the main man for Complexity on this team.
Oh, custard creams. Just as delicious.
He does so much work, not only if he's going to get shots, but the fact that the space that Rush creates for his team, they can just throw this guy like a frisbee out of B apartments every round, and he just creates so much room. And so Rush is really one of the point guys to keep an eye on here in this match. Nice HE, though, to top mid.
And there's not much, you know, there's nothing Fnatic can do about that, really. Sometimes you get 1-Deeged, but considering how the last series went, that's got to be a really frustrating start on Mirage. You win the pistol on CT, only for this to happen. It can be difficult on Mirage, especially from a sniper POV on the CT side. Constantly battling smokes. We'll see Yaquinho chooses to play. For now, it's Brolan with the scope. Crims being proactive as Fnatic needs to concentrate their efforts here. The more information they have, the better. He's not going to go too far, as there could be somebody lurking in T-spawn, keeping the T's honest on the A-bomb site. Not the case on this occasion, but indeed they are creeping towards a B-split Complexity. We've got 2 CTs in B at present. There's sound cues for the player in the ladder room. That's the bomb spotted as well. Rotation's got to come in fast, but it may be to no avail as the better equipped Complexity will deliver the frags. Crimson Golden remain. Golden still lurking with the Desert Eagle and Kevlar. At this point, if he could save it, it would be nice, but he will not be allowed to do so. Always important when you go into B, if you can, that you leave somebody from a T perspective in the apartments. High ground advantage, stopping flanks as well. Really important. So, Crims will try to save what little he has. And it will be the more difficult start here for Fnatic.
I mean, there's a lot of tape for Fnatic to go off of when it goes up against Complexity on this map in particular. Complexity have played this map 19 times in the last 3 months and have won 58% of them. Percent of the time. So, I mean, there's a lot of tape to review, but Fnatic have not played Mirage much at all. And so doing it live when the pressure is on is a tall task. In fact, Fnatic really don't have many maps played, many officials played at all in the last 3 months. Been absent from what feels like a lot of the major tournaments here, and they've just been trying to get down and figure things out with Yaquinho on the roster, not making many deep runs, whereas, you know, as far as Complexity are concerned, they're still in the mix with, you know, Nuke played 11 times, Inferno 8 times. I mean, a little bit more action for Complexity. What I'm saying right now is that Complexity are definitely the favored team on this map, and that's why they're picking into it. As far as Fnatic are concerned right now, I mean, you've got that FAMAS on Crims. Crims, you know, gets a lot of praise for being so consistent, but even he is suffering right now on an individual level with this current Fnatic performance.
All right then, Crims with the FAMAS. See if he can get any more out of this. His money, he's got more money than the rest of his teammates actually, so he can take some risks here if they feel like there is an opportunity to maybe take a risk and try and convert something. 2 kills for Crims now with the M4A4. Pop flashing himself out, looking for information. Can see his teammates trying to create some space for him, but it's not really easy with a USP. And down goes Crims. That gun will be hard to retrieve. Golden falling away now as JW tries to find some opportunity elsewhere. Plenty of time for Complexity to plant a bomb here.
Yeah, nicely timed rotation, and Golden can actually make it through the murder hole here. Knows that there's an AK that has been dropped close by, so he could be looking to take advantage of that. JW is on the flank in Palace, though. See if JW can get anything out of this situation. They're all full health, so it's not going to be easy with the USP to get a kill. JW has got the Zeus, though. Flying Zeus. Can he get off? Can he get through the balcony close enough to him?
Oh, do they go for this? I think they do.
No kit.
Yeah, got to be quick. Got to be real quick. JW, 10-second defuse, not looking likely, but again, they can buy in the next round. And I think he'll just be going for weapon retrieval at this point.
Do it. Running Zeus, JW.
Oh, he's put a knife out of wrong time. He's rung the bell.
Yes!
And there it is. Oh my God, it's like they've won a championship. I'm so happy. That's the JW you need. That's exactly the kind of JW you want to see. The timing is impeccable. He's still there, boys and girls.
Oh, I love it. There we go. You know, I'll take a Zeus in a meme situation like that.
It's amazing how the timing in players' minds just synchronizes together. The moment he pulls his knife out to move back is the moment JW peaks. It's brilliant.
Oh, that's so good.
Some light entertainment. It's giving me some energy for the rest of the game.
Well, they saved the AWP for the next round, so I mean, still, there was a player alive there for Complexity. They do not need to rebuy that AWP, and that's going to be painful for Fnatic, seeing as how obviously they don't have the money for it. So no rifle, no scoped rifle for Fnatic in this round. JW playing aggro in the B apartments. Blame F holding passive and underpass right now, just looking to see if anybody was going to push from there. The Danes for Complexity taking over mid.
So quiet so early. Minute 30 and noises cut. They'll both ring the bell, but the AK beats the M4. That was the advantage that Complexity need. Nice to see Fnatic are quick on a trigger finger though. Just don't have the right weapon for the job in that exchange. Well then, the split is on. Control of Connectors with Complexity. We've got 2 players in CT for Fnatic. Again, they will lament the fact they don't have an AWP here. So peppering through the smoke, it'll tag onto JW. As the bomb is planted, it's made a 4 versus 4. There's a smoke and an incendiary for the retake. We can see Yaquinho lurking. They seem to know where he is. In the meantime, Mirage will get picked off by Crims, who makes his presence known on the bomb site. But that AWP poison is still active. Crim's now 1 versus 3. Not sure that there's too much more for him to do. He doesn't have a defuse kit. They know he's on the bomb site as well, so nothing sneaky, untoward will happen on this occasion. 4-1 for Complexity.
Indeed. JKS scavenging for the grenades. It's always worth noting, guys. And it's fun that at the very beginning, players didn't really put that much emphasis on it. They didn't used to run over bodies just to pick up the grenades. But they caught on. And so, little tip for you guys in matchmaking, if you get a kill at the end of the round, always run over the body just so you see if you can pick up a grenade like that. Useful little tidbit for your own gameplay. But 4-1 right now for Complexity. They're looking very comfortable. They're hitting shots. They have it really does feel like if you're Complexity right now, you shouldn't have any reason to fear Fnatic. And Fnatic aren't really giving you a reason. They aren't really disillusioning you of that, right?
It's a very fast top connector smoke from T-Spawn. Come back to that in a second. Poison is looking sharp. 1 shot, 1 kill is the order of the day as far as the AWP is concerned. You can see Config creeping into B with the bomb. And Poison has his back covered. In the meantime, Blamer will get picked off, but Poison again looking to ace now versus these Pistoleros. He may have an opportunity at a 4th kill here.
Listen, it's critical that you actually give Poison these rounds like this to let him get some confidence, because individually when he goes toe-to-toe with the op recently, he's been struggling. He has not had the strong performance that Complexity needs out of their opper. And so for him to actually get, a few feel-good rounds like this, good for him. He needs that confidence.
Oh, my days.
Dude, he just got wrecked.
That was outstanding. What I was going to say is the fastest top connector smoke I'm most familiar with is the one that Forrest likes to throw, where you go away with smokes, essentially. But that one takes you more towards A, so if you need to be elsewhere, it kind of ruins your timing somewhat. So the one that we saw deployed there, if you're not going towards A, is much more practical. Definitely one I need to learn.
Guys, get the homework going. Get on the Y-Prac.
5-1 for Complexity. Again, a very unfortunate start from Fnatic's point of view. Simply got 1 degged after the pistol rounds. Sometimes it'd be like that, as Poison can attest to.
Oh, yeah. We've got 5 rounds on the T side. BlameF looking fairly comfortable right now. Usual bedroom. Pretty sure he just doesn't leave that room ever. And now Fnatic, let's see what we've got in store. Double AWP answer. JW back on the scoped gun, dude.
This is what we need. JW on the sniper rifle.
Brolin on the AUG as well, so he's actually got the money for it. We know he can be lethal with these new COD weapons.
And again, around the 130 mark with Complexity on the T side, it goes quiet real fast. But JW will not be shy for information. And this is a kind of flair that really is part of the DNA of Fnatic. So I'm happy to see him on the AWP. Brolan will be deleted by Config. Very awkward position. The angle is to Config's advantage there. And here's a response from Fnatic. Got to take some control elsewhere. This may allow them to focus on the A-bomb site more. But Complexity seem to be expecting some kind of response. Just holding position for now. It's very common for
Clearly
a 4v5 CT team to try and make a play here.
Crisp, clean locks. You see that, James?
I'm sure there'll be a thread on HLTV momentarily.
Suspicious.
So Fnatic know what Complexity are doing. They're waiting for Fnatic to make a play. Fnatic are not going to play into those hands, so to speak. You can see the bomb still top mid. Again, Complexity in a position to split the A bomb site. Bomb going down mid. Nobody on ramp at the moment. So Fnatic are guessing for now. Config focusing on the ramp. 2 players to find Yakinio. He'll see the trajectory of the flashbang. Scared about CT though. It's an unknown for them. 3 players now on the site for Complexity. As Yakinio starts to deliver. There's a swing on triple and a trade. Golden finds himself in a 1 versus 2. No position to stop any bomb plant. Quickly moving towards connector where BlameF waits. Off angle behind the box. You have to hard check that. It is somewhat of a blind spot if you don't look for it properly. And I think BlameF is facing the floor now. Dangerous game he's playing though. As you can see, nothing can be seen just yet. Golden expecting somebody short, but BlameF's there. Peeking every few seconds will do the job, and there's some BM as well.
BlameF. Just never going to let him see something again, is he? That is a nice angle there. And Crim's going to catch the lurker. But BlameF and Config, and this is the big thing here, is that Config is always in position to trade his teammates. So when they're moving on to the A site, that's what he needs to be doing. He's got to be that second man in. And so sure, if his point man dies, he gets that kill. But he did it over and over again there, which allows for Complexity to just move on to the bomb site. Doesn't matter if there's only 2 players alive at the end of the round. For them, it's just they have the man advantage and they get the plant. Now we're going to get, not sure if that's a tell there for JKS. that somebody might be that close. And now he's going to hold that smoke as well, so perhaps worried about some aggression. But another round of eco coming in here for Fnatic. They're getting used to it at this point. Just pistol play.
So that box where Blamemuff was in the last round, if you're on eco or something, you want to bait your teammates, then go behind that. Look towards the floor. If it's not hard checked, people may run past you, and then you can knife them. It's a Bardolph special. The only thing going in Fnatic's favor at the moment is maximum loss bonus. They'll have plenty of money in the next round. As for this one, it could still be dangerous for Complexity. Plenty of deagles on road. We've seen Yukinho pop off with a crouch peek, so while we saw lots of fun from Complexity, Fnatic could have some as well. 3 Desert Eagles remain. Make it 2. The bomb site's been taken now, the B bomb site. We've got Crimson the Palace. Just moving around on a scooter. And Yukinho. But he could save the Kevlar, just give themselves a bit of extra money. It's another 1 dig from Yukinho.
Glad to see it. Glad to see that Yukinho's here to just kind of take matters into his own hands. It is DM. It might as well be DM right now for Fnatic. And so just get in there, make a good name for yourself if you're Yukinho. Him and Brolan are really the only ones who are just hitting shots for this team. And so, you know, if you can get in here, do a little bit of damage, feel good for a moment. I mean, JW's currently sitting on a single frag. Golden 2 kills. Crims is in the mix, though. Good to see.
How about Config? We haven't mentioned him yet. It's been pretty fast rounds. He's 12 for 3, though. He's having a great time at the moment.
It is kind of painful to see that, you know, even Crims is at a .95 rating going into this match. You know, it's just, over the last 3 months, that's just not good enough. That's not enough firepower on Fnatic right now, and so that is going to be posing a major problem. Complexity on the T side just feel completely in control.
Well then, 7 rounds in a row for Complexity. Again, it's an unfortunate start if you did miss the initial rounds. Fnatic simply got 1 digged in round number 2, but since then, they've been unable to claw much back, as we can see.
Well, again, Mr. Savage is going to be over there on the ramp, chilling out, waiting to see if he's going to need to push through here and create some room for his teammates. Crims is solo holding the A site for now, and he gets... Oh, that's Yukinho getting spotted.
Absolutely free, that one. That is not a frag you see given away that easily very often. And again, it's very costly for Fnatic in the situation they're in at present. Complexity, they've got great discipline. They've looked for Fnatic to try and make plays when they've gone down 4 versus 5. And Fnatic are very aware of that as well. So they're kind of stuck in what they can do. Oh, the timing's very unfortunate for Brolan. Things going from bad to worse, or maybe it can still be turned around here. You can see the bomb towards top mid, kind of stuck at the moment, but there is time for Complexity. It's 1 minute on the clock, and that bomb could certainly rotate, giving Fnatic some rope to hang themselves, but they won't take it on this occasion. Brolan from A to B apartments will confirm that it will be likely an A play. You can see Golden and JW lie in wait, smoke on jungle for now, and again, Complexity being patient, looking to move into the bomb site together. JKS holding angles in the meantime.
This is a serious problem for Complexity. Brolan is about to come just hamstring them.
They've got no smokes, they've got no jungle control, they've got no CT control. So they have to find some kills here in order to plant the bomb. And here is Brolan coming through from the back. Poison stuck in Sandwich, 21 HP. That is an enormous frag. JKS has found himself some utility as well. Brolan with a smoke to create some space. They're both in the red Complexity, but they have the positional advantage. Bomb getting planted for anywhere else as Brolan tries to do what he can. He's in a lot of trouble now. Poison can't really stand up in that position. Not while Brolan's on Tetris. He's got to play off of JKS. Peak on contact, I think. No kit for Brolan. 14 bullets will be enough. Oh, that's a huge headshot from Poison.
Massive.
Almost became narrow there, but still, 8 rounds in a row.
So painful for Brolan as well that the Lady Luck didn't favor him there with his smoke. He thought perhaps there would be a gap there on the edge that he could exploit as the bomb was getting planted, but no, he just effectively smoked himself off from the site. So painful. What a flank as well from him. That was the best shot that they had, but unfortunately, Fnatic now, I mean, it's just going to be in a weird kind of half-buy scenario. MP9's Deagles. Got to see if they can hit some headshots. Yukinho's been hitting shots so far. Here we go, some aggression into underpass. I like this here from Fnatic. get in there and see if you can get a quick flank. If they do push B faster complexity, the flank from Fnatic is going to be fast.
Short smokes to isolate the fights and rotations. I love that smoke. Broland's surely going to meet the barrel of this gun shortly. Oh, there's JKS to spot. That one was never going to go their way. Poison delivers again.
Dude, they can't get a single thing to break their way right now, James.
Yeah. This is escalating very quickly indeed. And Complexity are also a team who needs some better results. You know, they've taken some L's recently and they'd love to change those red colors to green on their recent match results.
Lost the last 4 series in a row. I mean, to be fair, it's against the likes of Astralis, Mouse Sports Furia. The big one does make you a little concerned, obviously. Losing to big, you know, in a best of 3, that's the painful one out of those 4, I think, because, you know, Astralis, Mouse Sports, I mean, Mouse Sports. It's just, I guess the big thing is that they haven't won a single map out of all those either.
Yeah.
So they're on an 0-8 streak right now. 8 loss.
We know they're capable of great things. Complexity. Lots of characters on their squad.
I mean, they kicked things off with one of the greatest upsets in CSGO history. So, I mean, yes, expectations are always high when Complexity are in the server. There's the leg. Ah, so close.
Oh, and a follow-up.
Beautiful.
Kobe. And again, it's an early 4 versus 5 for Fnatic. And Complexity have made it really hard for them. You know, they as I said before, they expect some aggression, as is standard, essentially. Find a way back into the round. Fnatic struggling to find their way at all at the moment due to the prowess of Complexity, really abusing their AK-47s as well, as we saw earlier on.
Such good discipline from Complexity. It's all in the details.
Oh, that was a great plan. Props to Broland for getting a kill out of that.
They know there's a man at the back of the site now. JW still getting a kill. That's outrageous that he gets that kill.
Dude, Poison is all over this game. But that's the end of it for that round. Instant trade, and Crims, they know where he is now. BlameF can move into a 2v1 situation. He will post up, say hello once again. Well then, Crims now 1 versus 2. Fnatic, they need so many rounds here on the CT side. But 1 round at a time. Waiting for a peek. Not being given one. Trying to identify where the trade frag situation might be set up. Numbers game being abused here. JKS delivers.
Well, all of the hitters right now for Complexity are currently connecting with heads. BlameF, 12 kills, Config, 14, Poison, 10. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this as far as Complexity are concerned. And the nice thing here is, as I was pointing out earlier, it's just devil's in the details. You know, they could have pushed short before the smoke went off in connector. You know, just a split second. But they waited for the smoke to bloom, and then they push, and you can see how that effectively cuts the op that's holding on A site out of the picture. There is no, because sometimes you see a lot of teams like Big, actually mentioning Big. You know, they were a team for a while there that kept, you know, going and team flashing or going before smokes bloom and allowing a kill to happen that wouldn't have happened otherwise, because if you'd have just waited half a second for the smoke to bloom, the guy doesn't know you're there, and you can get through for free, right? Those are the kinds of details that Complexity are paying attention to right now, and you can tell it's making a huge difference. Fnatic, they're not getting anything for free here.
Yeah, Complexity have been, they haven't had too much of a challenge in mid, I feel like. Again, in the early rounds, the early buy rounds towards mid, about 1 minute 30, noise is cut, and Complexity are walking towards connector with a smoke at the bottom of it. You know, we saw a kill there recently, so perhaps Fnatic will offer more of a challenge in mid early on.
What?
Man just knows, just got a feeling for what people might be trying to achieve. Well, it's the scraps for Crimson JW. No lunch buffet for them. Just the cold leftovers.
Now, is it a niçoise, or what is it that they're eating right now?
I have no idea what a niçoise is. What is a niçoise?
Niçoise salad, you know? It's like rice and salmon.
Oh, excuse, it's a Nikoi salad to me, Semla. Can I have the Nikoi salad and the prosciutto, please?
You can. Oh, JW, though. Golden opportunity for him to make the difference here. Nice.
This is... Okay, then. Hold on a second. Crims, where is he? Is a question that Poison asks. On the P250, that could be enough if he lands a headshot here. Grenades are out. Does Crims peek? No, he's being very patient indeed. They really can't afford to lose this opportunity, Fnatic. Poison with 25 seconds. It will be a B bomb plant. Just trying to identify where his opponent might be. Oh, this is actually awkward for Crims now as he makes his way around the corner, and there's a much needed second round.
Oh, indeed. Terrific, terrific work here. They finally get it, and you got to give credit where credit's due. JW holding that B bomb site down, that second kill on the man in the smoke, critical. Just beautiful work there from him. And there's Fnatic's second round in the half. It will not be a 16-1. At minimum, it will be a 16-2. And so here it is. JW again just spots him on the edge and gets almost just a transfer pretty much straight onto JKS. That is sick.
This is an opportunity for Fnatic. They've got 2 AWPs and an AUG once again. It's not too late to give themselves a fighting chance. Again, I'm interested in the approach to mid. Complexity, I feel like, have been able to do too much and go too far, walk too deep. And indeed, we've got 2 men on short now for Fnatic, so there will be a measured approach. Crims around connector as well. That's a great start. Their turn for the 5 versus 4. Doesn't last very long though, because Poison is alive, which means Fnatic players are dying. Swing and a miss towards B, and Fnatic are at a man advantage once again. JKS will try to stop that. Can see, oh, Yakinyo's got to be real careful about his angle here. You can crouch behind that box, hold an angle on the ramp. JKS looking for it. Yakinyo, though, delivers.
That was like Poison. He was being a kid in a candy store, you know. He's like, oh, there's too many targets on short, you know, and then the owner of the candy store just drop kicked them out of it.
Damn.
Because
it's a rough candy store.
It's a rough candy store.
Trying to get a sweet mix here.
And unfortunately for him, he just got a boot. You can't make up your mind fast enough, you know. That's the problem.
Got a smoke going towards jungle. That allows a potential bomb plant. Oh, it's a connector one, actually. You can do a jungle one from there as well, which would allow a cross. Cross has been made anyway, thanks to the Molotov. And I think that is the inverse bomb plant, or it's near the short box. Rush just makes too many steps forward. Again, trying to find something for his team. Now the numbers will prevail for Fnatic from 1 round to 3 in quick succession. Still a chance at 5 rounds here. Not ideal, but better than it was looking.
Terrific. Starting to actually wake up here a little bit. Golden is still trailing behind, but we got the 3 heavy hitters for Fnatic actually getting close to double digits, starting to wake up. Better late than never. They've all 3 got 9 kills.
I feel like Golden just had a discussion. Do you want the AWP fade or the graphite? And the fade was chosen, so fade. That's good spirits.
What do you think, fade? I don't know.
I think it sucks.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it.
I think most people think it sucks as well, which is why you don't really see them in matches.
Mm-hmm.
There are, well, I don't think it. I do think it sucks, but a more tasteful thing to say is that I think there are plenty of better options. But I also think it sucks.
Yeah.
So we've got Complexity again looking to charge towards the connector position. Poison just slowing things down for a second, maybe due to communication, perhaps expecting more aggression in mid. Complexity maybe reading that and just changing the pace somewhat. They're expectant now, going behind the boxes. They've got some cover if required. JKS will be lurking towards the A-bomb side, just keeping an eye higher and lower at present. There's no one to the right of the window. Complexity will find. So what is their play now? They were looking for aggression from Fnatic early. Didn't come. Fnatic not being too obvious with what they're choosing to do on the CT side. And now the numbers head towards A.
We're in a bit of a default scenario here for Fnatic, aren't we?
Crims will have a tough task ahead of him. We've seen many teams with a player in a shadow position, and it's been really hard for all of them. Rain struggled here. We'll see if Crims is able to deliver on this occasion. He will have help, but do they go ahead of the smokes, or do they fall back for a retake? Yakinyo firing off the initial shots. That Molotov may be a little late, but it could be useful. Brolin will cover, allowing Crims to run off that distraction, and again, Crims ahead of that smoke will deliver the multi-frag. Poison and JKS versus 5. Fnatic starting to grow with confidence now. Looking to build a 4th round. 23 seconds. See how much damage Complexity can do. They know one's on the stairs. There is some money for Complexity. JKS now alone versus 3. 12 seconds to do what he can. JW making it awkward in sandwich. Surely not. He's jumped over his head. JW, oh my god, all the damage that was done. JKS, you just never know when he's going to go nuclear.
So nuts that he gets the double. And then JW, you realize, I thought he saw him. I thought he saw him, that he had come close and that he had jumped over him like that he was ready for it, but no. That's nuts.
Justin Savage.
Well, beautiful. Actually, you got to give it to Jaquinho there with the support flash that allowed for Crims to throw a wrench and things. If Jaquinho doesn't get that flash in there at that time, and Complexity are able to get that real estate towards Tetris and set up to welcome Crims, then it's a real problem for Crims going forward. But now, nice shot from Poison through the smoke. Golden denied! Poison coming up with the goods.
Oh my God. Again, they've just got too many luxuries in mid. Just running up short, uncontested.
Does he get the ace?
The back and forth is great. Complexity, they saw aggression from Fnatic. They lost the rounds. They looked for it the next time, and Fnatic chilled out. Then they go back to the usual. He definitely wants this ace, and he will get it. That's one way to finish off the half. Poison absolutely annihilating Fnatic. But hey, Fnatic have got 4 rounds, and it's much better than 1. We'll see if there's anything left in the tank for Mirage after the break. Fnatic moved to the T side with 4 rounds on the board. It was looking a hell of a lot worse for a long time. You can see that massive string of rounds from Complexity on the T side, but Fnatic did manage to part the Red Sea for a brief time at least and squeeze 3 rounds in.
Oh, so far there have been 3 aces this tournament, so that's the 4th one that we've seen, all tournament long, and he ends that half with a 1 HP ace as well, Poison. So total baller, just styling on him, and JKS taking a bit of the brunt of the damage here. Have to be careful. You can still set up for the retake, which should be the strategy. Nice shot from Poison. Dude, Poison is online right now.
He really is. JW's got something to say about this round. He's got his teammate to create space as well, but there's 2 of them. Surely someone can do it. That's a great way to do it. Config and JKS now moving through. There's a smoke up, but we see a repeat of the previous pistol round from Fnatic. It's JKS on the bomb, and have they even heard this? I'm not sure. He's just straight defusing. Oh my God, the nick of time. There was 0 point something on that clock. But now the clock's been taken away. Config finds the kit. He needs to find his way. He's stuck around the corner, and I think it's too late. It's all she wrote. Fnatic move to 5.
Fnatic are going to get through this one. I don't think Config gets far enough away. Goes boom with the bomb. JW goes up with it as well. Golden survives on 1 health, and Fnatic, they managed to pick up the pistol. So they have won both pistols, but they have a total of 5 rounds right now.
Yeah.
James. So winning the pistol means nothing, and we can actually see if Complexity are going to go for the Deagle Force again on the CT side,
Oh
or
my
if they're going to play
God.
cool.
Look at those odds. 11? They just won a pistol. There's 11. This is a window. It's a big window. Maybe if you go through the window, you fall out of a building. But maybe there's an invisible platform that leads to a radio with a pot of gold. Radio? Rainbow with a pot of gold at the end of it. There we go.
You're going to click your heels together, put on the green suit.
I mean, it's a long shot, but those are some pretty big odds as well.
Oh, Poison is still going. Actually, JKS is saving money as well. They don't fully commit to this force by Complexity. A couple of them are going to hold back. I like that.
Is this double AWP?
It could be. Config would be the one I would expect to get the second AWP, though. Not
maybe JKS is just frugal.
Or maybe JKS is just that much of a team player that he'll drop the AWP for Config. And they're just like, okay, Config, go shoot. Ah, no, never mind. He spends the money.
Oh, why are you baiting the commentary desk like that?
Reading into it. Well, not this time, Poison. Going to get forced back, and we will have 3 players on A, 2 on B for Complexity. And Config now getting boosted up into the B apartments is going to be looking for a fight. He will face off against Crims.
For those of you at home, you may notice that Config wasn't at the very end of the wall, but just before. There is a little divot, if you will, in the floor, where if you jump off the bomb site platform, because the CT is slightly lowered, you can really get a fast boost up into the balcony that way. So if you're going to do that at home, then look for the little dent in the floor. Well, it's time for revenge. Complexity looking for these headshots again with the Desert Eagles, but nothing doing just jet safe for JKS, who's found one.
Now BlameF and Config are in a position where they're going to look for exits. Brolan had the MAC-10. Nobody cared that he died. He'll be able to re-equip in the next round. Config, though, it's almost to the point where you do want to just kind of hold on to the Deagle and Kevlar for the next round, because this is going to be a hard eco coming up for Complexity. Saving up for the following round. JW is out and hunting. Interesting that he is out and hunting alone like this with an AK, though. That is a little bit silly. Now, if Config finds J-Dubs...
Yeah, it's not the most efficient way to play, but it is JW, and he can do whatever he wants. He has carte blanche to do things that do not make sense.
That is a bit JW, isn't it, right?
But it needs to be that way by design. He needs to be able to do. He needs to have the confidence of his team to play the way he wants to play, because it's such a massive asset when he's at his best in that regard. That you just need to allow him to be JW. That's why Fnatic are such a fun team to be a fan of, because they've got such personality, as we saw earlier with the Zeus. Well then, Fnatic have won their consecutive round on the T side. 5 rounds behind. We'll see how the odds change from round to round. Yakinho with the Krieg in round number 18. Something we know Brolan for. Nice to open things up at range. Well then, there'll be many numbers in mid. Only 1 falls for Fnatic. They can switch out the Galil. All is good in the hood.
Very nice. And that's fine. They don't waste any time. Config will have enough for an AWP. Poison will have one as well. We could go straight into the double AWP here for Complexity. We've seen them do this in the past. Definitely one of their favorite strategies. It has worked to their detriment in the past, though. So they have to be careful about overcommitting to it. Run it once, but if it doesn't work, I think you get Config back on that AK or rifle, right? And just let him go back to work that way. Don't try to force it. But Config will be taking that peek in the middle. Him and Poison both here with the AWP.
Front seats to the JW experience. The MAC-10 is out instead of a rifle. The run boost is through. Awkward scenes. Poison threatening for a second kill, but Brolan will trade just in time. You can see that mid is a big focus for Complexity on both maps, it seems. We'll see if Fnatic can have the same presence in mid that Complexity did in oh so many rounds. I feel like they got connector for free a fair bit, Complexity, or at least it felt that way, but this time there'll be a straight B push, and there is JW. Long range dueling with Config. Got the info for his team, and they can take position with that. Holding the high ground with the rifle. Config looking for something. He'll use that smoke as a brick wall. Very
nice. And now he's waiting for his teammates to rotate in. JKS has rotated through T-spawn. Not sure if Brolan was close enough to hear that, though. BlameF is going to catch out Brolan, and so they can push in from short as well. Working together as a team. JKS making plenty of noise. Crims is going to be ready for this. Beautiful shot from Crims.
Yeah, he didn't check the corner properly. That clock is ticking now. BlameF and Config both lacking in diffuse kits, but they can make up for that by collecting a second AWP. Round number 8 goes the way of Fnatic. They are closing the gap.
They are indeed. This is it's that dangerous scoreline. You can maybe get a little bit complacent, maybe get a little bit too comfortable. You start slipping up and not hitting those shots. Poison started off the round strong, but he was alone. He had nobody there to help him out. No flash, no nothing. And so that was the shot initially. Oh yeah, we're just gonna take a look at a bit of the pot shots here. Complexity, yes, I'm glad that they're the ones calling the timeout here. I'm sure Kita's gonna have a little something to say to them, that they kind of need to pump the brakes. Saving the double AWP as well makes me wonder if that is the correct play. Can you get both ops involved in mid? Can you actually try and get a fight where it's not just one guy getting hung out to dry?
I had the pleasure of going to the Complexity HQ before the
Dallas?
global situation. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, we had a tour of the place, Freya and I. Their facilities are fantastic. I actually bought a lot of products that they had in that office. They had this like vibrating ball, which is good to encourage blood flow. Just holding it in your hand, essentially as a tool for warming up.
Got it.
The Theragun massage gun, sports massage gun, it's pretty good as well. But let's see what these AWPs can do. We'll come back to the facility afterwards. BlameF and Config with these double sniper rifles, big threats, but there are deagles as well. Plenty of Deeg headshots, but that one will be from the big green gun. It's good for just shy of 450 damage. It's a nasty way to make your exit in Palace.
That's got to be off of a spawn that you play that for BlameF. The fact that Poison is still just lurking around in mid right now, Kevlar Deagle. As Config watching his back, but this can promote a very quick, prompt a very quick rotation here towards the A site from Complexity. As soon as Fnatic commit to this bomb site, there are going to be plenty of players here from Complexity ready to wait, ready to greet them.
Yeah, it has to be scary for Fnatic here, the fact that they don't have any map control. And Poison, he doesn't have much to risk, just a deagle. He's starting to wonder himself, and we see, well, this actually will make the A bomb site a bit weaker. There's a smoke up in B apps at the moment, and Rush is up there, but he's not sure what lies behind it. So the A bomb site is becoming weaker and weaker. 40 seconds as a grenade starts to be deployed, but we wonder about that flank now because Yakinho could be exposed to that, to Poison. Moving around the corner now, this flank will be very interesting, but BlameF is still alive with the AWP. Gone now, though, as Brolan emerges from Palace, but Poison will be key. Config just running distraction now. You can see this is very deliberate. He wants to take the focus of Fnatic away as Poison starts to creep in. 19 seconds, the bond plant completely exposed. Down it goes, and Poison's left now, 1 versus 2. Trying to take out Crims as Brolan moves for a bomb plant. Could be even worse. There's still a chance for it, but the bomb has been planted now, and they're in a 2v1 setup. At this point, Poison's got nothing to save just yet. The guns are on the other side. He's got to go for the clutch here. Trying to find an angle for the 1 versus 2. He can see the shadow as well. Looking for the trade fragger immediately, repositioning, but nothing doing just yet. Crims is actually a little further away, unbeknownst to Poison. Starting to creep over now. But he won't have the crosshair in the right place for Crims, and it's 9 rounds for Fnatic.
9 rounds, and they are managing to keep it so close here, Fnatic. I may actually start to believe that they've got a chance in this match. This is crazy. The fact that they're running it back like this, and Poison just a split second off on the flank, not able to just get in there and fully gut that push. The rest of his teammates, unfortunately, dying as well, did not help things. Obviously, BlameF not able to stay alive after his initial kill. And so now we're actually going to get into what should be the setup here for Complexity, the bread and butter.
JW out he goes. I don't think anybody's had the angle for this, so he could catch a default player off guard. JKS going wide, straight into the fire. They thought they had control. Fnatic falling back now. Not everybody's in position for a fast play. Brolan will lose control of mid, and you can see Config's going to stand his ground. Now, from where he was standing, you can see players moving into the B apartments, but he goes even deeper, looking to take some liberties, and he'll do exactly that. But the trades will favor Fnatic, 3 versus 3. BlameF with an off angle. JW's risking the bomb here, looking to fall back now with Jaquinho. And map control's nervous for Fnatic as well. They don't know if there are more pushes from Complexity while they're having skirmishes in mid, so it is nervous territory for both squads.
Seemed like they made up their mind. It looked like they wanted to go towards B very quickly, and then they hesitated, and this might actually work out in their favor, Fnatic, as Crims catches Blame F in connector.
That flashbang is huge info. They know they are 2 or 3 versus 1 on the B bomb site, worst case scenario. They know there's one more on A, and now they can see it's poison. Rush quietly taking position. He could be at the opposite end near the bench as well, so this is going to be very difficult to deal with. Yakinio now, awkward territory for him as well. The Molotov to move Rush out of position, but he has a pillar to deal with. Now it's Orb versus Orb. Poison won't get it this time. Yakinio's here to keep the consecutive round for Fnatic. A clean sheet in the second half all the round so far.
Now here we go from Yakinio, stepping it up, making the plays. Big clutch round for him. That is absolutely what the team needed. He had triple at the end there. And this is after Poison managing to try and clear things up in mid. They are still ahead in terms of kills on the side of Config, on the side of Complexity, but Fnatic are the ones who are slowly but surely getting back into this. And that off of the big rounds coming in here from Yakinio. Great to see this Opera come into his own here, and Fnatic are going to start having some confidence. Blame F pushing top mid, taking the fight to him. Config there with the MP9, but some hesitation on Complexity side. They're missing the window of opportunity here.
Yeah, again, I would love to see a heat map of mid from Complexity on both sides at some point later. Big priority for them. All their successes in the T side feel like many moons ago, as the CT side has been a complete failure. Got a mixed bag here, mixed bag of weapons and maybe mixed emotions as they wonder how far Fnatic can go on Mirage. It's good money on most of the players for Fnatic, just JW short. Start to throw some junk in towards the A-bomb site. In the meantime, they're emerging through towards mid. Now, I do wonder what the ultimate play is here from Fnatic. The bomb's going to be collected by a rotating Brolan. He was heading towards mid for a brief second, but it seems to go back towards the A-bomb site. And it's Fnatic's turn to quietly walk into connector. And once again, Blamef behind that box once more. Creates a headshot position, silently moving away. Could still be hiding there. Yakinio, they will find Config, who tries to switch positions. JKS now doing what he can, but all the kills are going the way of Fnatic. Rush versus 4. Oh, hold on a second. Rush 1v2 now. There's 20 seconds to plant this bomb. He's got a chance. Well, oh no, Rush, surely not. Crims off the plant. They will tie the score, Fnatic, but boy, that was a dangerous one. We have seen so many Desert Eagle kills here, but still Fnatic take every round in the second half. Score is tied now, 11 apiece. Complexity's buy is coming back. Poison with the AWP, a bunch of M4s here for Complexity. They will be lacking a few grenades due to the aggression shown in that round prior. You can see Blamef just with the flashbang and a smoke grenade. Just the one sniper for Complexity. Presence shown in mid by Brolan. The usual stuff. So there is a denial of information as far as Connector's concerned. The window smoked off, but Complexity focusing on a boost in short B. And Rush will hold an off angle for the apartment. We can see the bomb towards A in the hands of Gold. And Yakinio's here as well. Brian looking to deploy maybe a window smoke from T-Spawn. Indeed he is. Doing exactly that. Minute 20 on the clock. 3 Complexity players around the A-bomb site now. We've got the jungle and stairs smokes up. JKS in a very forward position. Poison looking to play AWP from triple. JW's in the window. This is going to spice up really fast. Oh, he's been spotted as soon as he looks away. That's a massive frag for Complexity. That's a lot of information for them as well. They haven't seen the bomb just yet. JKS still at the ramp. Smoke is up for now. 50 seconds on the clock, and out comes Golden. Counter flashes for the CTs, but Poison's here with the AWP. That is crucial. Spots the traces, but can't see Yakinio in time. 40 seconds, 3-on-3. Config still elevated, but he doesn't quite get the kill there.
Not quite managing it. And so Complexity, now they still have the info to play with, and they have the buddy system in place. No, they're splitting up. No, they think this is going to be B. Hard rotate off. The misread coming in from Blame F and Rush. They're gambling on the B site right now, and they're going to find out, to their dismay, that it is getting planted on A.
Well then. They could potentially use these next round. It's one of those half-buy rounds, almost a throwaway round. They've been dangerous with the Deagles, as we've seen on the T side and the CT side. To no avail on the CT side, though. Nil point for Complexity after changing sides. Fnatic coming back with a vengeance. Fnatic pissed. Fnatic angry. Both at their performance in the previous match, and I'm sure after losing that pistol, after losing the second round here to those Deagles of Complexity on the T side, they've earned back some self-respect, some confidence, and now they've taken the lead. Complexity will feel like their backs are to the wall, and is this the push they need in order to really fight back?
This certainly is giving them confidence going into it. It was a very cold start for Fnatic, as you guys saw. First half, definitely not in their favor. 11-4 at the end of the first half for Complexity. And so now we've got Fnatic in the lead, 12-4. They haven't been able to say that since the second round of this map. And so here we go, all on them. Nice timing here from Yaquinho. Unfortunately for him, just a little bit too late to catch a play F on the rotate. So far, so good here for Fnatic. It's Complexity now who are just going to be feeling the heat. This is a weird buy round for Complexity, where it's just spending a little bit of money, and they'll be looking for the next round here.
These rounds can be sometimes more difficult to deal with because you don't always know what to expect from your opponent when their buy is a little funky, unorthodox, if you will. Complexity focusing 4 players around, let's say, bomb site. But once the smokes come through, that will isolate some fights. Again, JKS up close on the ramp. That'll be some info for him. The AWP, unlikely to be the lurker here. So that's some good info. We can see Config pushing B apartments in the meantime. But Brandt's got an off-angle top mid. But he can't imagine he stays there forever. Blamer focusing on Connector as there are more problems T-Ramp, but Rush will deliver half blind, but he's alive once again, using the bricks to great effect. And we might just have our first round for Complexity. Again, losing the lead. Backs to the wall again, and Blamev continues to abuse that position. That's got to be really annoying to deal with. I don't remember a match where I've seen somebody use that so much and get so many kills.
Well, Rush is finally chiming in again. What is this? And they're going like, wait, isn't this guy supposed to be on the B site? What the hell is he doing here on A? What are we up against right now? Fnatic, they walk right into it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to get a timeout called here. Apparently need to fix a cam. Hopefully that'll get squared away quickly. Tech pause, not a timeout. Technical timeout, indeed. Technical timeout. So worth pointing out here. So Fnatic turns out just the slow, steady approach onto the A side. Unfortunately for them, that time around the spacing was off, and Rush was just able to pick up a series of duels, one after the other. And Rush has got aim good enough to take that kind of scenario. So well played on Rush's side. And we're back into the mix. Countdown has begun. And it's a full buy on Complexity's side. So now let's see. First CT round picked up for Complexity this half. And it's a question of whether or not Fnatic are going to let this become a trend, or are we going to see them put a halt to it real quick and potentially upset Complexity on Complexity's map pick. To be fair, I mean, Fnatic, they don't exactly have stellar stats to go off of for Inferno either. So it's not clear at all. But if they were to pick up a Mirage win, that is going to truly put the pressure on Complexity.
I have a Hello Kitty Fnatic jersey with my name on the back of it. I'm extremely happy at this fact.
You say that, and somehow I'm just not surprised at all. I'm just like, of course Bardoff would have a Hello Kitty Fnatic jersey with his name printed on the back.
That's the dream. That is the dream. 12 apiece. Fnatic take Connector. Brand looking for somebody to make a misstep, and Config is doing the same. Will there be a trade? No, he manages to escape, goes back to the well for one more.
There you go. That's how it's done. That's the power play from Config.
Ooh, that's a tight one from Poison. He's been all over the place here in the faces of Fnatic. Maybe there's a chance for them still. Maybe there isn't. Config with a disgusting burst, leaving Yaquinho 1 versus 3. He has some time to try and do this. We can see Blamev creeping in. May not expect him to be so deep, but he is checking, and checking no longer. Oh, that's a great flick from him, but Blamev surely gets a free one here. Yaquinho is moonwalking into the bomb site, moonwalking to his doom, off the plank maybe. Gun is out once again. Oh, this is so scary for everyone all concerned. There he is, there's a flick. 15 seconds. JKS, the jump peak, not going to see him, but where is he going to plant it for? The default plant coming through, moving forward now, moving away from the window, but there are angles, and there it is for JKS. Complexity back in the lead.
Man, and what that is way too close. You're actually hoping that Yakinyo can pull off the 1v3 clutch at that point. But BlameF played it so carefully, so patiently. And yet it's him getting killed, and it's nearly a clutch for Yakinyo. And yes, there's a tactical timeout getting called here by Fnatic. It's a good time, I think, to try and slow down things a little bit, have a little bit of a breather after such an insanely close round. Yakinyo, man, he is stepping up in a big way for Fnatic right now. All map long. And well, that puts him up at 22 kills total. So close. And as far as complexity are concerned, man, that is a very scary situation that they have narrowly dodged. Good on Config to have his individual performance. And going back to the well, as you put it, I mean, that is the true power play. This was the shot from Poison after Config, but Config still manages to pick up another kill. And so Config doing so much work that round as well. It's really just a bunch of individual players really making the plays happen for their teams. It's a back and forth sort of scenario where they're just running into each other, but that is Complexity successfully chaining 2 rounds together here on the CT side. And perhaps now they're going to have the their heads in the game. Should be getting up onto 14 rounds here.
This is a brutal time for Fnatic's money to get broken in the late game, but again, looks like they mounted enough pressure on Complexity to bring their A game back. Poison not going to wait for his teammates to fall in.
Come again.
He's going to go for it. I like the confidence play, though. He believes in himself, and you need to do that. Yakinyo is separated into a million tiny pieces.
We're going to get a bomb plant out of this situation, actually. This is a humongous win for Fnatic. 3 kills and a bomb plant on a hard eco? It doesn't get much better than this, James. This is fantastic for Fnatic.
Oh, he better get his skates on because Config is starting to wonder.
He'll get it. He's just going to stick it and go. That's beautiful. What a play. Well played from JW, getting that bonus money for his team.
He could even retrieve a weapon, potentially. Let's see how far he's willing to go here, JW.
Dude.
You can see there is an X on the screen in connector, just under the window, rather. I mean, he doesn't even necessarily need to save, try and clutch the round. He'll just take the AWP.
Way! JW, do not! Stop it! Just run on the other side of the map!
Oh, but he's planted it for himself. There is a chance here. They're just on the bomb now! Oh my god, JW, this would be amazing! Oh, man. How can you not love this man? How can you not love this man? No one else does that in the entire game. Only he does that. That's why he's on the team. Only JW does.
I feel like there's arguments on both sides.
No, man, that's awesome.
I feel like there's arguments on both sides.
No, I'm not hearing any arguments about that. That's
I feel like you could have just truly had nothing but wins there. Save the op so you have money if this round goes against you to buy an op again.
If he clutched that round, I would have lost control of my barrel.
Well, okay, then I'm glad that he lost. I have to sit next to you, James. Come on, man.
Fnatic on the full buy again. That bonus money will be very useful to them. How much have they got left in the tank here? Complexity back in control, 14-12. The money isn't great for either squad. Complexity with a little more. They could muster something, but nobody wants to lose this round. And again, a big focus on mid from Complexity. But look at the numbers of Fnatic. They are concentrated towards this B bomb site. They've got the flashes and maybe some information, but they've got to find the kills as well. Oh, and they're really doing that. JKS and Config combining to leave only 2 Fnatic players alive. Yakinyo up top, misses his shot, and that leaves Crims to clutch it. Big chances for Fnatic playing against the presence in mid from Complexity, but to no avail, no bomb plant, and it's game point for Complexity, not Fnatic.
Indeed. That has got to feel so lonely for Broland, though. You're just kind of stuck out there in no man's land. Nobody there to help you. You're completely alone. You're getting bombarded, and eventually you die in a hail of bullets. Config is getting dialed in as well, which is not going to bode well for the next map here. If he is feeling the fight, it's not going to look good for Fnatic. Fnatic now have to go for the force buy. You see, Bardolph, they could have had an op in this round. Just saying.
They could have. But what do they have in this round? Well, maybe not what they were looking for. Target practice for Complexity, trying to force their way into the A-bomb side, but it will be a brutal affair. A great comeback from Fnatic, a really noble comeback, but they were pipped at the post by Complexity, took the lead briefly, put their backs to the wall, and Complexity came guns blazing to take it 16-12 on Mirage.
They did, and what a fight coming up. And Complexity, there definitely is a case, I think, of things just going too well for them in that first half.